Ghana 4, after Prime Take, it is time now for me to serve you my blunt thoughts for today. And I've titled it Champagne Politics and Galamsey Economics. The pillaging of Mother Ghana continues. Champagne Politics and Galamsey Economics. The pillaging of Mother Ghana continues. There is this saying by Thomas Sankara. He was a revolutionary Pan-Africanist and former president of Burkina Faso, who said, "We must choose either champagne for a few or safe drinking water for all." Think about it. Do we want champagne for a handful of people, aka our political class, their affiliates, and the elite? Or do we want water, the basics, for every Ghanaian? This will be the third time in as many weeks that my blunt thoughts have focused on Galamsey, its ravaging effects on us, and the lack of political will to fight it. But the question is, why have I been focusing on Galamsey back to back? Because our very existence, Ghana 4, is on the line. All of us. There is no MPP water or NDC water. There is no MPP environment or NDC environment. There is no Alliance for Revolutionary Change, CoCo, and no Convention People's Party, AGRIC. If our environment suffers, we and our progeny, those to come after us, shall suffer also, squarely. We and no others. If we destroy this place as we already are far advanced in doing, we cannot run to someone else's land and take it. We have neither the sovereignty and political backbone nor the resources involved to do so. If that happens, we would be a truly pitiful sight if we went full steam ahead with destroying the very nature that sustains us. But guess what? Thanks to our weak, greedy, and vicious political leaders who see nothing but their personal interests and the basket of votes in the next election, we're practically at the doorstep of such blood-chilling destruction. Yesterday at the Stop Galamsey Now and Free the Citizens demonstration, some placards they used caught my attention. One read, "Destroy Galamsey, not our future." Destroy Galamsey, not our future. Another one read, "Your greed, our crisis." We have a crisis of illegal mining and a crisis of leadership to deal with it. And when I say our politicians, especially those in power now, are neck deep in this Galamsey thing and will do anything to protect their parochial, demonic, and unpatriotic interests, some of you act up. Just yesterday, and I'll not mention his name, just for a certain reason, some bigwig in this administration posted on social media in a now deleted post. Listen to what he said. He says, "Hypocrisy, hypocrisy is when we gloss over the polluted Addo River and Korle Lagoon in Accra, but demonstrate over a polluted Pra or Tano River outside Accra. Hashtag equal attention." Can you imagine such a person advising on anything in this country? I rest my case. He swiftly deleted the post, but I guess if he had reasoned through it properly, his fingers would never have typed such horse feathers. But of course, idiotic foot soldiers will come and defend him because it's coming from their selfish political class, a class they aspire to join fully. They put their bellies on a high pedestal and their brains they drop into the gutter. Yeah. And that's why we are where we are as a country. Which brings me to my slides. And I'm going to cut all sides because it doesn't make sense how our politicians are dealing with Galamsey, or better still, not dealing with it. You have Dr. Ayu Afriye, Chairman of Parliament's Health Committee, Chairman of the Health Committee. And there's been talk about, the video was doctored. When we use that word, do we properly understand it? In media, you may say a whole lot. We will not play the whole thing you said. If it's going to be edited, we're going to chop out what we want, what is newsworthy. So if that is doctoring for you, I don't know, because doctoring is where someone has said one thing and then you have inserted something or you are claiming the person said something else. So he says the NDC saw that we, that is the MPP, were winning the seats in the mining areas. So they decided to go and import foreigners to engage in illegal mining on our water bodies. Our water bodies have not been a problem until now. It just started 1 month ago. I'm sorry, is he serious? It just started 1 month ago. I don't think he's in Ghana. It is someone's motive to force the MPP government to stop Galamsey so that we will lose the seats. We won't stop them. That is the Galamseyers, today or tomorrow. They take their journalists to talk about it. And you know, that's the funny thing. I always dare them when they start talking that go back and listen to what I said about former President Mahama and what I did to him. I'm not even doing half of that to this administration. Yet these journalists, because they are, then this one is, you can categorize us whichever way you like. We'll still speak the truth. What is the truth? We will say it. It reminds me of my old hall in the University of Ghana, Commonwealth Hall. Truth stands. No matter what. You can paint it black, white. It is still the truth. They take their journalists to talk about it. Is Galamsey done in Accra? They should come to Kumasi to demonstrate against Galamsey, like they will see. We will see what? Such reckless, irresponsible statements. You have a doctor who has decided, you know what, I'm a medical doctor too. And especially when the GMA, the Ghana Medical Association, is complaining about the number of cases coming on the back of Galamsey. Children, babies, adults. And for someone who is in the health space to say this, the GMA must intervene. So Dr. Samuel Aye of the University of Ghana Hospital put out a statement actually calling on the GMA. He says, I respectfully write to petition the association regarding the public conduct of one of its members. That is Dr. Ayuefrie, requesting that the association summon him before the disciplinary committee. And I agree with him. I mean, medical doctor? Really? Next slide. But it doesn't end there. And I've heard explanations. I don't care a hoot about those explanations. We should all know better. And for someone who is a running mate, I think I was so sorely disappointed to hear that. No matter how you want to color it. Nana Jane Opokwam Ajaman, running mate for the NDC, says the youth need jobs. And if Galamsey, you see, that's the problem. If Galamsey is what they will continue to do, then they should be taught how to do it safely and without destroying their communities. We have come here with good intentions to show a better way. Which good intentions, madam? Galamsey is already illegal. So how are you going to beautify the illegality? How are you going to season it, garnish it? It's illegal. Some have come to say, oh, she meant small-scale mining. She didn't say small-scale mining. At least that's not what we heard. She said Galamsey. So it gets so worrying when you hear all these sides talking about these issues and then pussyfooting with it, playing with it, toying with it. And we watch them. Political sycophants. Me NDC inti we ka say ya menka. Me MPP inti we ka say ya menka. Okay. In so asem ba ye ni na ye behwe whether you are FPP or YPP, say ni na will be inside. Now, it gets even worse because Akufo-Addo, our president, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, his rhetoric from many years, even before he became president, and I'll take you to one of his posts on Now X from way back when and what he said. And you do the juxtaposition. I will not think for you. You think for yourself. And ask yourself, is our president listening, really? I interact with some members of the MPP, and the things they tell me point to the fact that it's merely a matter of votes. They don't want to lose votes. They don't want to bleed, hemorrhage votes, and that's why they do what they do. But Occupy Ghana has lamented time and again. Look at the number of times there have been calls to do something. September 2022, open letter, issue raised by Occupy Ghana. 3rd October, reminder 1, declare an emergency. 10th October, reminder 2, ecological disaster. 17th October, reminder 3, confiscate Galamsey lands, no action. 24th October, reminder 4, Akonta mining, action, no action. 31st October, reminder 5, no response. 7th November, health disaster, deformed children, all in 2022. Charity begins at home, 16th November. Final call, halt Galamsey, 10th September 2024. I guess this is the proper Yentiobia. Yentiobia. Ebet me ashayabo, and yes, but in Siono the Boka Shayabo, ne queen, a best saying. You see where politics is leading us? I don't get this country, and we are so polarized. So everywhere you pass, there will be people today who will say, and why are you talking about Nana Jino Poko Ajima? There will be others who will come, Doctor, are you a free? Why are you? I'm sorry, but many of us are very foolish. I have to say it. We don't think of the future. We are thinking of now. No sensible person thinks only of now. No sensible person does that. And if you are sacrificing whatever just for a handful of people, like I said, like Sankara said, do you want champagne for a few or water for all? The basics for all or luxury for a few? $3 million. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because in the whole claim about fighting Galamsey, there's also this issue. $3 million we invested hoping to get some 200 Galamsey drones. And this, even Professor Frimpong Boateng at the time spoke about it. National security has come into the matter. They've also spoken that, look, we didn't take stock of them. I think John Peter Amewu also spoke to the issues. But I have a simple question this morning. Eventually, 3 of these drones, 3 out of 200 for this sum of money, were showcased to us. I have a question, simple question this morning. Where are the drones? Drones, because we expended the money. We said we were getting them. Eventually, only 3 were showcased. Drones, I'm asking you, where are the drones? The drones that were supposed to go into those areas, especially forest reserves and the rest, and monitor so that we'll see who is doing what there. Where are the drones? And our drones, Yamutu. Now you look at the strike, the industrial action that is being planned by organized labor. And I'm scratching my head. Yesterday I read that Mr. President was now asking for time. You've had a month since they started threatening. In fact, more than a month, if you look at certain members of organized labor. You wait till it's 6 days to time, because they say the 10th. And now, oh, Ms. Remo, think about it. Ms. Remo, give us time. Really? Now, the demands that have been made by organized labor, among others, deploy the police and the military. Some action has been taken on that. We give a check. All the rest, nothing. Declare a state of emergency. Halt all mining near forest reserves and water bodies. And I don't know, I keep saying, I don't know any serious country that allows mining in forest reserves. At least, not the way we do it. LI 2462 makes no sense. Evacuate miners from forest and water areas. Revoke LI 2462. Establish special courts for Galamsey cases. That's another thing. The AG recently took on, and in a way you could say, yeah, though he's part of the problem. But he made mention of it, that the process is slow in dealing with Galamseyers. The Chief Justice has come to respond. I don't care about either one of them. My problem is, let the system be there. After all, we had the fast-track court way back, corruption. Why can't we do that for Galamsey? To deal with it, to deal with the canker. How long will we wait? Ban small-scale mining. Next slide. And if you look at the strength of organized labor, if we sit down and allow this to happen, it's going to be chaos. The nation is going to come to its knees. Which is why I keep asking, why do we always want to wait? Play the waiting game. Now we are begging, oh, give us time. Which time? You're looking at 72 affiliated unions. From the TUC, now KNUST, UTAG, so many of them are saying, if you don't do the right thing, now we know what to do to force you to take action. Why do we have to get here? Especially for a president who put his presidency on the line for Galamsey. And all talk, be talk. Now, the sectors likely to be affected by something like this: education, health, communication, sanitation, public administration, transport. And it goes on and on. Now, if you look at the reality check in terms of effects, at least 16 major rivers have been polluted. Now, they look like either coffee or mocha or cappuccino or whichever one you want to, or Ovaltine. Yeah, you have water bodies. The only thing is that you can't wake up in the morning, go with your cap and no, because you'll kill yourself. But we have natural Ovaltine in our environment. Clap for Ghana. Forest reserves, at least 8 are being mined illegally. And our political class, they know. Some of them are neck deep in it. And you and I will suffer the consequences. Let's go. Now, this is what I was referencing. You see, sometimes you look at the rhetoric, you pay attention to the rhetoric of our political actors, before and after, and you ask yourself, papa no onweni. And because I've interacted with the Nyahu Tamaklos, the Arthur Kennedys, and so many others, and they tell me, look, we were with this man back then, but now we don't recognize what is happening. Mr. President, I know you watch me. It's not too late to rethink some of these. It's not too late. We want you to do the right thing. We don't come here to criticize ad nauseum. We just want the right things done. That's all. No one has it in for you. No. September 10, 2014, Akufo-Addo had this to say: where it is necessary to criticize me, do not hesitate. Point out when things are going wrong. We can go to the next slide. Occupy Ghana has been pointing to you how long now, Mr. President? We in the media have been pointing out on Galamsey and other matters how long now? When will you act? And you could take criticism then, but now it's a different ballgame. Now, cocoa prices have also increased in the Ivory Coast. Recently, we had a bit of an increment. You see what is happening to us now on the back of low production, and the Ivorians are also taking advantage of it. Yes, you've put yourself in the position. You are at their mercy. So you increase it, they also go higher. Next slide. Shall we go to the next slide, please? So price per bag, we increased once we went to 3,000 Ghana cedis. According to Bloomberg and Reuters, they also increased it, 3,072. It means per every bag, right? They're adding 72 cedis. Incentive for smuggling. They will technically not say, but we know how these things happen. And our borders are porous. You see where we are? So to conclude, this is where we find ourselves as a country. And this is lamentable. It is sad. It is heartbreaking. But where do we go from here? If you look at CoCo Smuggling, you would find out that 2022-2023, we're looking at 150,000 metric tons smuggled. It has increased by 10,000 metric tons. And if we don't contain it, if we don't rein it in, it will go higher. Nti me bedru ha, enye kasa kwa o. Yate kwa o minor eboa, emongu omo amanone no omuti so, ebebo egu ya yetri so. And the politicians, they will travel and leave you. Then you do your gata to gata here. Mo amope NDC, MPP politics, propaganda no. Then you do it here. You who can't go anywhere. Those ones with 5 megabytes data who will come and be talking all kinds of posh. You be the one stuck here. So, the cocoa smuggling, we know what the reasons are. Delay in payments, and we are prone to that. Low prices paid for beans, and other countries are taking advantage of it. If we don't wake up and smell the coffee, disaster is on the horizon, and we shall all feel it. It will reach everybody. But we pray that we'll not get to that point. That Ghana will truly be great and strong and better. And I pray for the day we'll have better leaders, much better leaders, who will lift us up to that pedestal of being the great black star of Africa. My name is Benjamin Akakpo. These are my blunt thoughts shared with you, raw, hot, unedited, undiluted. I know I've given some people chest pain. Don't have a heart attack. Cool down. It's all in the interest of God and country. Thank you for watching.